Hey guys, Zalk here. I wanted to talk about Rocket Raccoon. Interestingly enough, he did get a buff, season 4.5, and it's a pretty damn good buff, I must say. I'm a pretty good Rocket player, I would say. If you guys want to check in the description, kind of towards my credits, I'm just shooting this Hulk. I'm just looking at this footage now. It's pretty funny. The Hulk was creeping. But I would say I'm a pretty good Rocket player. You know, Rocket is an interesting character to play. As I just die outright. But Rocket is a really interesting character to play. I think he's like a 1-star character they give him. But I would say he's a lot more complex than that, than what meets the surface. Just to preface, guys, we are in the red colors for this match, if you guys are wondering, just so you know it's not that confusing. But Rocket's really good character, and his buff actually this season was he got a damage buff to his ultimate. So if you guys don't already know, his ultimate kind of gives you a bunch of bonus health, and it also gives you a damage boost. And the damage boost actually got a buff, so it went from 25% now to 40% damage bonus for you know, yourself as Rocket, as well as everyone who's in it. So now his ult is very, very dangerous. So it's going to be a real threat in these competitive matches now for Rocket's ultimate. It could be utilized with, you know, a bunch of team comps really, really well. But I kind of wanted to just kind of give an overview as well as to why I think Rocket's a really good healer, why I think he's actually probably the most underrated healer, and maybe top 3 healer in the game. Maybe it's just my bias because I think I'm pretty good with him, but Rocket is seriously a threat on the battlefield, especially with this buff now. So, first of all, Rocket is very hard to hit. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but compared to Jeff, I mean, Jeff is obviously very, very good in his own regard. You know, some say he's the best healer, but Rocket is even harder to hit than Jeff. Jeff has like a huge hitbox for his head. If anyone plays Hella, I mean, you know, you could just wipe out a Jeff in like basically 3 hits if you hit the head. So Jeff can be taken out very easily for a lot of characters. But Rocket's a lot harder to hit. I mean, unless the Jeff goes underground, yeah, it's a whole other thing. Really only like Iron Man and stuff can really easily take him out at that point. But Rocket is really, really useful. So Rocket can actually go up walls. I think that's something like a lot of people don't know. He can run up walls and kind of get out of there. So you will see that in this video of me. This is, by the way, a ranked game, guys, just so you know. But you guys will see that. Sometimes I do utilize that. But yeah, Rocket can run up walls. It's kind of a nice tech. He has the dash. So he has 2 dashes, and usually I would recommend you guys do this as well. As soon as you get into the game at Rocket, you need to, you know, get to the objective and all that kind of stuff. Or you just, let's just say you just die and need to get to your teammates quickly. I would immediately use the dashes as soon as you can, just because they're going to refresh pretty much to 2 dashes again by the time you really get into the fight. But you guys can see there, I was just in front of the Luna Snow ult, and there weren't a lot of DPS around, but now I'm getting targeted by Daredevil, and you guys will see what happened here. What happens here? Daredevil literally cannot kill me. I got 15 health right there, but yeah, I'm just kind of like he came up there, and I went back out, like, and I was climbing on the walls, and all I'm doing is I'm just bouncing the heals. So that's another thing if you guys don't know how he works. He basically bounces the heals everywhere. So you can just, like, you know, heal people, just shoot the heals out of your gun and it'll heal people, but you actually want to bounce it because the more times it bounces, the more heals they get. So usually I'm just kind of looking at the ground, bouncing kind of directly in front of me, so I know that it'll bounce up and hit my teammates. So that's very, very important. You really want to bounce your heals. Another thing you guys might see is that sometimes when I'm kind of in the mix of things and all my teammates are surrounding me and they're not kind of in one area where I can kind of all heal them from the back line, and they're kind of just all around me, a lot of times I actually like to jump up in the air a bunch and actually just bounce the heals all around me in kind of like a 360-degree area. I found that this works really well. You know, especially for the lower ranks where kind of things can be a little bit more hectic. Using the kind of 360, I guess I'll coin the term like the 360 bounce heal method when things get like chaotic. It's very, very good because kind of just like, you know, with that many people around you and that many, like, let's just say that all the enemies are around you, you know, and all your teammates are kind of scattered around, but you know they're kind of all on a 360-degree angle. Just like bounce the heals right down, and just kind of look around you, and you'll probably heal most of the team. So I think it's a pretty good tactic that I've seen no one really talk about. But yeah, another reason I think Rocket is just completely solid or really, really good in these lower ranks to rank up in is his respawn ability. It's his one of his main you know, utilities that he has, and you know, it respawns teammates. And he has a few good team ups, not honestly the best team ups, but he has a team up with Groot where he can go on his back, and you get a damage reduction when you're on Groot, but I would say that's like rarely ever used. Like maybe sometimes it can be good, but it's not really that good at all. I don't really prioritize that. So I mean, if there's a Groot on your team, maybe you could use that. Maybe like if you're jumping around more, you could kind of just hop onto Groot as another way to like move around more for movement. That could be maybe useful, but in terms of his main team up that I think is really solid, you just see me absolutely just destroy the Jeff, and we'll get into that in his gun as well. But kind of the main team up that I think, or the main basic team up that is really good is, and you see I have a Penny on the team with me, is the team up with Penny Parker. She gets one extra nest, which is really, really huge for her. And then Rocket actually gets like a nest, or like traps basically, around his res. So if anyone kind of is just like targeting the res, like we saw earlier, the Luna Snow is trying to take out the revive that I put down. The nests go down, and that could potentially, you know, I don't think I've ever gotten kills with it, but it is just another thing that like they kind of got to worry about, especially if, you know, there is one DPS trying to target the revive every time. Then it actually can be useful. They're gonna have to kind of think twice about doing it if you have a Penny on the team. So that's really, really powerful. And just the respawn thing in general, like for these lower ranks, like a lot of times, I think we had 3 DPS in this lobby. Like a lot of times with these lower ranks, like you will get 3 DPS and 3 healers. Not that that's not viable, but you will get that more, I would say, especially 3 DPS in these lower ranks. So having the respawn player ability is just huge, especially in these lower ranks, guys. So that's another big thing. But you know, his weapon, yeah, we'll get into that now. His weapon is really, really strong. You kind of got to be accurate with it. So you see I have the dot crosshair, like any type of thing where I kind of know where I'm shooting. Like Hella, for example, I'm pretty good with Hella on console. So I have the dot crosshair with her as well. And that's what I'm going to be using for Rocket as well. He kind of obviously has a fully automatic machine gun. But it could really bust down tanks. I would call it like the tank buster. It's also really good at taking, I think, Jeff out. I think I did mention that. Just because his head is so big, so you can kind of just mow him down. But it really is good, and it's like a situational thing. Like, you want to be healing 90% of the time, but you also, like, when your team starts to take the lead, that's when you want to start shooting a little bit. It's a very situational thing. You kind of have to judge where you want to be shooting at each time to make sure that you're not missing out on healing your teammates, but just be aware of that. But his gun is very, very good. It could really bust down tanks. Like it's really good against the Thing. It's really good against Groot, Venom, any of these bigger tanks. Rocket can really take them down with his gun. So that's another thing to take into account. And you guys will see the rest of the gameplay here. It's interesting. For the first half of this, when we were attacking, we like actually did not, we died pretty, like in the first minute or two, if you guys saw, like we died very quickly. And that's like one of the things in Marvel Rivals where like, you can't sometimes come back from that. Like if one little mistake at the very start of the game can literally cost you the whole game. And that's something that I found with Rocket, is that he's very forgiving, like with the respawn and all that. It's a very forgiving character. So it's just a really big thing. Like if you really want to rank up, and you're maybe already good with Rocket and you're learning stuff from this video, or like you never played Rocket but you see what he's been doing to you, and like I would really maximize Rocket. And you just saw me go against that Punisher. That's another thing. He's really good against Punisher. Once he puts his thing down, you can kind of just spray at him. And as long as you're near cover, he's not going to be able to take you out. As soon as he starts shooting you, just go back to cover and literally shoot the heals at the wall so you heal yourself. And then start shooting him again, and he's not going to be able to kill you as long as you play it smart. And so that's another thing. You can really take down Punisher very, very well. You can see this Daredevil is channeling me. He does end up killing me. Maybe someone else does. I'm not too sure. But that's another thing. Like, you can kind of delay. Like, if a DPS is on you, you could really delay a lot of time, which can be really good for your team. Because that DPS is taking all of his time and not doing anything else, not like helping with the midfield with the team. And he's delaying a lot. Like, you're delaying basically a lot of time when you're doing all the movement tech with Rocket just to try to survive, and then bouncing the heals everywhere to heal yourself. That could delay a lot of time for the enemy team to kind of come together and refocus, because they don't have that DPS fighting with them for the enemy team that's on you. So that's another big thing I would definitely take into consideration. But like I said, guys, all these things put together, you can become a really good Rocket player. Like, here's another instance of me shooting the heals at the wall and jumping around and dashing around. Running up the walls is another big thing. He ends up taking me again out there. But we do end up winning this game. And for the stats, I do show them at the end if you guys want to see that. For the stats, I think I don't think I have more kills in the tanks. That would be kind of crazy. Maybe I did get close to it. But you know, if you play Rocket, you'll realize he just gets a ton of assists, especially like I said, if you do the situational thing where you are shooting a little bit when you have time to. But Rocket is just, he's a threat this season, especially with the damage boost. Like I said, guys, he's going to be an absolute threat on the battlefield. I think I do end up using it here in a second. I guess we'll see. I take out this Punisher from behind. Then we also, yeah, that Jeff. So yeah, now I'm kind of just like, I think we hold it here, and I think they don't even get to, I think we just continue to push it back here. You guys will see. This is kind of like a weird area, so like I'm kind of doing the thing where I'm kind of just putting, yeah, there I put my ult down. I'm kind of just throwing down heals and wherever I see people. There's another thing I do right here where I see, I don't know, it might be coming up. But a lot of times, like sometimes if a DPS is far away and he's trying to solo kill a healer or another DPS, if I see that's going down, I'll just shoot like a heal or two over that way if I know it'll bounce off the walls and potentially hit him. And that could be a big help, like, because imagine you're the DPS and you're fighting, I don't know, like you're a Daredevil and you're fighting Black Panther and Daredevil's on your team and you just happen to shoot a heal halfway across the map and it just happens to bounce it. Like, that could be the decider of the game, or you know, maybe just even that fight. But that could literally decide the match with that extra heal that he just happened to get from you, shooting it across the map. So that's another thing that's really interesting. There's a lot of tech with Rocket Raccoon from I've been playing him a lot recently this new season that I've been learning about, and that I definitely want to share with you guys. So I hope this video helped. I'm gonna kind of let the rest of the video play now. I don't really know what else to say. I think I got everything down, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely like and subscribe for more Marvel Rivals content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Salk out.
You were never the good guy, Castle. Sorry.
Get that vehicle moving again!
There, ahead. I found them.
That's fantastic.
Focus no more. You're welcome. 'Twas but a stretch.
Disappear! Only 60 seconds left.
This is real firepower! You're ready for action. Nice working with you, kid. You're welcome. The move!